Relationships don't last long for women who don't collect red flags. They only last for women who collect red flags and who settles for those red flags. What do I mean by that? If you are a woman that keeps forgiving men and turning the other cheek and giving second and third and 15 and 50, 11 chances, your relationship can last a lifetime. But if you are a woman who loves herself, knows her worth, and you don't collect red flags, none of your relationships are going to last. Just the nature of men, they're going to try you. They're going to test you in most cases. They're going to see what they can get away with. Most of them are going to lie, or they're going to be a cheater, or they're going to play mind games, or you're going to find out horrible, horrific things about them, whatever it is. And once you start seeing that stuff, if you are a woman of value and who loves yourself, you're not going to stick around. Now, this is a huge reason why I decided to be single. There's a lot of reasons, but this is at the top of the list because this was like the second or third time that I was in a relationship and I just wished I was single again. So if I were to get into another relationship, let's say tomorrow, I'm just going to wish I was single again in a few months. I'm going to be like, oh, why did I do this? Oh my God. Now I probably need to get out of this. Like, I already know that about myself. And the reason why I feel that way is because I don't collect red flags. The moment a guy plays in my face, lies to me, calls me out my name, or anything like that, we're done. And what it's going to look like to the outside people, some outside people, is, oh, she can't keep a man. When really, if you're the one dumping the men can't keep you. That's kind of how that works. If they don't know how to straighten up and be a decent person, or maybe they don't want to, they can't, they don't know how, they don't feel like it, whatever their reason is, it doesn't matter. They can't keep you. We all know that most men will stay in unhappy relationships and marriages because most women are the ones who file. They will stay in relationships with women that they're not even attracted to, they don't like, they're not sexually attracted to, as long as they're getting their basic needs met. We know this already, right? It always takes for the woman to have had enough and to say, I'm done. It's usually the woman, right? She stopped collecting the red flags and she's had enough. Or she left at the first red flag, right? So for me, I'm like, I already know I'm going to want to be single again. And the reason why I start feeling that way typically is because guys start being jealous, possessive. They start, making little backhanded compliments, to try to chip away at your confidence and stuff. They see that you're confident and they'll try to chip away at that. Or they will start lying in the heat of an argument. They'll be like, you're acting like a bitch, and all that. Once you call me out my name, we're done. I don't care how long we were together. I was in a relationship with somebody 3.5 years in. He, in the heat of an argument, called me a bitch. And it took the other half almost 6 months to get out of that relationship because that's how long it took for me to find another house. Because if he would have called me a bitch on a Monday and I went looking for houses on a Tuesday and I found one, I would have had that house and I would have been out by the end of the week. I'm just saying. But it took a few months for me to do that. And that was the very first engagement that I had accepted, like the ring, because I had been proposed to 4 times in all of my life, and I've only been like engaged, I would say, twice where I actually wore the rings, and he was the first one. I didn't care about that. I was like, you call me out my name, I'm out. My mom always told me the moment a man calls you out of your name, you need to run because it gets worse. And most women who've been abused and who have been in these situations, it gets worse. I got out before it got to that point. I'm just saying. I'm telling what would have happened if I would have stayed. So I get out of these situations. And I don't care if people think I can't keep a man or whatever. It's like, who cares? The men can't keep me, number one. And number two, since when is keeping a man a flex? Like, a man is the easiest thing to get and keep. Like I said, all you gotta do is like be a doormat, and let him play in your face. Getting rid of them has been my issue because this same man that I'm speaking of has been stalking me for 10 years. It's been 10 years. Like, it's been almost 10 years. It's been like 9.5, almost 10 years. Still stalking me to this very day. He's had girlfriends. He's gotten several women pregnant, even though he don't even have any kids, because he's talked them into getting abortions and all that stuff, right? Because the only person he wanted to have kids with was me. He's been in all types of situations, online spats, airing out each other's personal business and all types of crap. And yet, I'm the one that got away. I'm just saying. I'm not saying that's a flex. I'm just saying that same guy just hasn't been the same, I guess, since we broke up. Because sometimes men don't think that you're going to leave them, and when you do, you rock their world. I don't care anything about him anymore. I'm just using him as an example. And I'm just using him as an example because getting rid of men has been my challenge. Like, getting rid of them is the problem. But anyways, so yeah, I decided to just be single because it's easier. It's so much easier to just deal with men on your own terms, and then you don't have to do anything for them. I don't have to cook for you. I don't have to clean for you. I'm not rearing nobody's kids. I don't have to wash your dirty socks, your dirty drawers. I don't got to do nothing. You can come over, and I'm just saying theoretically because I'm not dealing with anybody, but you can come over and give me what I want and take the trash on your way out and see you next month or 6 months from now, whenever I decide, right? A lot of men swear they can handle that, and then until they can't. And then once you blow them off for someone else, or once you like don't answer the phone for like weeks, you know, because you don't really feel like hearing their voice, you don't really feel like being bothered, or you know, once they know you're talking to somebody else or whatever it is, now Houston, we have a problem, right? That's typically how it goes. So I have to be very careful with that as well, because men say they can handle being used as a meat stick, and then they can't. They end up not being able to be used that way. So if I ever got into another relationship, I promise you that the man would have to be close to Jesus, damn near Jesus, right? Who they said Jesus was. Otherwise, I'm not even going to bother, because what's the point, right? And you can, all men are not the same, and blah, blah. I don't care that they're not all the same. The only thing I care about is that most of them are, and it's all about risks and benefits. Is there more risks dealing with men or benefits? For me, it's way more of a risk. So that's it on that. But anyways, if you are a woman with standards and who love yourself, be aware that relationships typically won't last very long. And there's a lot of women who think that they love themselves, and they say they do, but they stay in situations where men are talking crazy to them, belittling them, yelling at them, cheating on them, having outside babies on them, putting their health at risk. And they're like, but I love myself. But it's like, do you really? I'm just saying. That's not the way it looks when a woman loves herself. The way it looks is that a woman is going to exit situations that put her well-being, health, and her financial health, her mental health, her spiritual, emotional health, all of that at risk. Like, you're just not going to stick around and let somebody play in your face. That is what it looks like to love yourself. So if you are saying you love yourself, but you're still in these situations, how much do you really love yourself? That's my next question, because it's not looking good for you, boo-boo. Anyways, leave your comments below. Let me know what y'all think. I'll catch y'all in the next video.